Kabul, 3:12 a.m. A blindfold, 2 zip ties, 1 wedding ring pressing into your palm. Your daughter is 6 hours from surgery, and the men at the checkpoint say your name like it already belongs to them. You do not go because you choose to. You go because a door closes and nobody tells your family where. Level 1, Pickup Target. You're 29, and at this level you are not a prisoner yet. You are a person being turned into a file. You are taken between one roadblock and the next. You are pushed into a vehicle that smells like dust, diesel, and old canvas. You hear 2 languages, then silence. Your watch is removed. Your name is used once, then never again. Your importance rises the moment your identity stops matching. The less they call you by your name, the more dangerous your case becomes. The risk is simple. Nobody has to admit they took you. If you fail here, failure means panic, resistance, or the wrong answer shouted into a hood. That can change how the rest of your life is written before you ever see a wall. You learn fast that fear is not loud. It is procedural. By dawn, you are no longer missing by accident. Level 2, Hooded Detainee. You're still 29, maybe only hours later, and now you enter the first real chamber of the system. You are walked down concrete that gives back a cold echo. The hood smells like detergent, sweat, and plastic. Your wrists burn under the cuffs. A fan hums somewhere above you. A steel chair touches the backs of your knees before you are forced into it. This is the initiation, even if nobody calls it that. The room teaches you that sensation can become administration. You learn the rhythm of footsteps. You learn that food arrives without faces. You learn that sleep can be broken into fragments too small to trust. You learn that a number can replace a birth date. Your value rises because now you can be processed. You are no longer an event. You are inventory. The risk grows with every question you do not understand. Every hesitation can be treated as concealment. If you fail here, the file hardens. The category above your head gets darker, and the room gets smaller. You feel your old life beginning to sound fictional. Then they ask about a man you have never met, and they already know whether you will deny him. Level 3, Intake Case. You're 30 when the transfer happens, or maybe you only think you are because time now arrives in trays and footsteps. At this level, your role is to be sorted. You are weighed, measured, assessed, and placed into a theory someone else has built around you. You hear references to Kabul, Bagram, Warsaw, Bucharest, and places nobody says clearly. You hear agency names and fragments. Local intelligence, foreign liaison, counter-terror units. The language of cooperation without accountability. You are asked the same questions by different voices. A family detail is repeated back to you. A street name from your childhood appears in the dark. A planted mistake is left in front of you, small and deliberate. A date, a cousin's name, a mosque you never attended. This is the loyalty check, except there is nobody to be loyal to except your own memory. You understand that one wrong correction can become proof. Your power increases only in the cruelest sense. The file grows because the file believes you matter. The risk becomes layered. Now it is not only what you know. It is what they think you can be made to confirm. If you fail here, the record will survive longer than your protest. A false sentence can become your permanent country. You stop asking when you will leave and start asking what version of you they are building. Then the man in the next cell disappears after screaming only once. Level 4, Interrogation Asset. You're 31, and now your body is less important than your pattern. At this level, you are handled like a source that has not agreed to become one. Everything around you is calibrated to pressure, repetition, and exhaustion. The lights stay wrong. The room temperature stays wrong. Your meals arrive at the wrong hours. A chair is moved half an inch, then moved back. A photograph is shown, then removed before you can focus. One interrogator is patient. One is bored. One sounds almost kind. Your first near miss happens here. A name slips from your mouth because you think it belongs to an old classmate, not a wanted man. The room goes still. Pages turn. A pen clicks once. For 10 seconds, you understand how a harmless memory can become a sentence. Your significance rises because you have started to produce material, even by accident. The system begins reacting to you. The risk changes shape. Now you are dangerous to yourself. If you fail here, failure means your own words becoming a trap you cannot reopen. A misheard detail can outlive the truth. You begin editing your thoughts before they fully form. Then they move you without warning, which means somebody higher up has started reading your file. Level 5, cooperative source. You're 33, and by now the black site is no longer a place. It is a method of rearranging your mind. At this level, they do not need you broken every hour. They need you usable. You are given slightly cleaner clothes. You are allowed paper once, then it is taken away. You are told a family rumor to see if your breathing changes. You are moved to a cell where the water runs longer. You are asked to identify voices, habits, places, relationships. Not routes, not methods, just connections, just the shape of people around other people. This is where betrayal takes root. A man called Farid speaks to you through a vent for weeks. He tells you about his brother in Peshawar. He asks what you miss most. Then one day an interrogator repeats Farid's exact words back to you, in the same order, with the same pauses. Your power rises because now they measure influence around you. You are no longer only a detainee. You are a node in a map they think they can complete. The risk becomes intimate. Every conversation can be a mirror angled toward your throat. If you fail here, other names may be dragged into your darkness. People you love can become footnotes in a process they never touched. You stop trusting kindness because kindness now sounds rehearsed. Then the cameras appear where there were no cameras before, and you know the outside world has started asking questions. Level 6, high-value detainee. You're 35, and pressure from wars, courts, leaks, and oversight has changed the air around the site. Not enough to save you, only enough to make them tidy. At this level, your status becomes heavier than your chains. You are isolated not because you are violent, but because your existence is politically expensive. The guards rotate more often. The questions become narrower. The medical checks become more regular. You hear new phrases through doors. Legal exposure, transfer review, redaction, disposition. There is rival pressure now, though it does not look like rivals in films. It looks like agencies protecting themselves from each other. One service wants answers. Another wants deniability. Another wants you gone before a court somewhere learns how you arrived. Your power increases because institutions are now arguing around your file. Your body sits still while offices move. The risk rises with visibility. The more people know you exist, the more dangerous you become to everyone holding you. If you fail here, you can be buried deeper under classification or pushed outward into a prison designed to absorb scandal. Either way, you remain useful only as a controlled silence. You realize the system is not strongest when it is brutal. It is strongest when it is embarrassed. Then the transfer order comes with no destination attached. Level 7, Ghost Prisoner. You're 37, and now you live in the category that gave black sites their coldest reputation. You are present, but not publicly. At this level, disappearance becomes administration. No trial date. No formal charge that means anything to you. No witness who can place you precisely. You are moved on paper before you are moved in person. You hear aircraft once. You feel altitude in your ears. You wake in a cell that smells different. Salt air maybe, or a coastal generator. Or maybe that is only memory dressing up as geography. The daily function is almost nothing. Wait, listen, count meals. Measure guards by shoe sound. Keep your mind from fraying against repetition. Your power reaches its peak in the worst possible way. You matter because your case can damage states. The risk becomes absolute. A ghost prisoner can vanish twice. If you fail here, nobody outside the wall will know which version of your story to defend. A missing man without coordinates is easy to deny. You begin speaking to yourself in the third person just to hear another life in the room. Then one night, the alarms do not stop after the first minute. Level 8, Liability. You're 41 when collapse finally arrives, and it does not look dramatic at first. It looks administrative, hurried, almost embarrassed. Boots hit the corridor too hard. Locks open in the wrong sequence. Documents are boxed instead of filed. A guard avoids your eyes for the first time in years. Somewhere above you, metal doors slam and do not reopen. You hear one word through the wall. Inspectors. This is the ending raid. If a raid can happen inside a place built to deny itself. Not a rescue, not a victory. A scramble. A purge of records. A chain of command protecting itself from courts, committees, journalists, and the slow violence of public evidence. Your power turns poisonous now. You are no longer an asset, a source, or a detainee under review. You are liability. The risk is final. When institutions panic, human beings become loose ends. If you fail here, you can be misplaced into another prison, Another country, another decade of silence dressed up as procedure. If you survive, survival only proves that someone still needs the shape of your suffering. You understand at last that the black site was never a building. It was permission. Then daylight touches your face, and it feels less like freedom than transfer. A hearing room, a translator,
I understand.
a sealed record, a prison yard under another name, a family that learns you are alive from a sentence buried in official language, a future reduced to visits, appeals, and the sound of keys. The verdict is simple. You were taken in secret, and secrecy outlived the people who built it.